8-bit and 16-bit pixel art have a timeless charm. While some modern pixel art games will make players feel nostalgic because of their retro style, some expand on what the aesthetic can be in new ways. Pixel games prove time and time again that realistic looking visuals aren't necessary to convey messages, stories, atmosphere, and emotions. Pixel art is what defined video games in their early days, but it's still prevalent in games created in recent years. Hey there, and welcome to Game Rant. My name is Geoffrey. In today's video, I will be showcasing 10 of the very best games to play if you are a fan of pixel art. So let's dive in. Number 10, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. Tribute Games clearly knows its TMNT gaming history, as Shredder's Revenge is not only a glorious throwback to the franchise's beat-em-up heyday, but also chock full of nods to previous games. With the Foot Clan looking to once again spread chaos across New York streets, the Turtles are left with no choice but to head to the surface to deliver some justice, Turtle style. This time they are accompanied by Master Splinter, April O'Neil, and Casey Jones. All the playable characters in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge are unique, coming with their own weapons and moves that set them apart from the crowd. The roster greatly expands the campaign's replay value since it encourages mastering each fighter. Shredder's Revenge makes splendid use of its pixelated graphics to craft a visual style that feels both nostalgic and modern. Number 9, Vampire Survivors. Okay, Vampire Survivors is hardly the most visually stunning pixel art game on the market. In fact, it looks quite simplistic for the most part. However, this title gets by comfortably on its gameplay and replayability. After picking a character, players take on wave after wave of enemies, a process that rewards them with new items and survivors to use for future playthroughs. Even as the screen fills with destruction and mayhem, Vampire Survivors rarely becomes frustratingly overwhelming, so death typically just fuels a new restart. The combat is deceptively deep as well, with each character requiring considerable time investment to master. Number 8, Unpacking. As anyone familiar with the process can attest, there is nothing relaxing or especially enjoyable about moving to a new place. Even if the destination is an upgrade, the act of moving is still stressful, time-consuming, and downright frustrating. Somehow, Unpacking transforms this headache into a therapeutic experience, one that has a subtle but impactful emotional core. In each of the campaign's 8 levels, players must unpack the unseen protagonist's boxes, setting them up for the next chapter of their lives. Through this procedure, Unpacking reveals information about the character's life, personality, struggles, and ambitions. While an acquired taste, this title is one of the best pixel art games of the last few years. Number 7, The Messenger. The Messenger is an action platformer about a ninja who must travel through dangerous lands to deliver a scroll that will save his clan. The game uses pixel art in an exciting way. It starts as an 8-bit adventure, but as the story delves into time travel, it actually turns into a 16-bit game. The Messenger truly captures the spirit of classic retro games. Although it starts off with basic controls, new abilities can be unlocked to fight off villains and to make platforming a bit easier. Collectibles, called the Time Shards, allow for character upgrades as well. Even though the situation is dire, the game still holds a great sense of humor, which makes it more than entertaining. Number 6, A Short Hike. An adventure doesn't need to have a world-altering goal to be unforgettable. A Short Hike tells the simple tale of Claire, a bird who sets out on a journey to find cell phone reception at the top of a mountain. This, of course, involves hiking up the Hawk Peak Trail. An open-world game set in a lush environment, A Short Hike is relaxing and therapeutic. Free of much in the way of stress, A Short Hike permits Claire, and players by nature, to just breathe in the fresh air and enjoy the casual trip. It is downright one of the most beautiful pixel art games around. Number 5, Record of Lodoss War Deedlit in Wonder Labyrinth. Based on a franchise that started out as a series of novels before spreading into anime, manga, and video games, Record of Lodoss War is a fairly big name, even if it is not all that known in Western nations. While they might not learn too much about the universe's lore or depth, newcomers can jump directly into Deedlit in Wonder Labyrinth as it serves as a welcoming entry point, along with just being a fun action RPG in its own right. Taking some cues from Metroidvanias, the 2021 release is a bit more streamlined than the genre's traditional output, although it still offers intense action, unlockable abilities, backtracking, and exploration. It just prioritizes combat above most of its other ingredients, and does so with aplomb. Deedlit and Wondered Labyrinth's pixel art is a natural fit for 2D side-scrollers, to the point that the combination is almost cliché. Still, the game looks very good, with the character designs being particularly fantastic. Plus, the gothic backdrops are also atmospheric and detailed. Number 4, Owlboy. Owlboy is a sincere story about Otis, a boy who happens to also be an owl. His life takes a turn when pirates appear, but that's just the beginning. Otis can fly anywhere he wants, but that doesn't mean this beautiful and very creative platformer/adventure title will be any easier. In this game, progressing through dungeons requires puzzle solving and fighting enemies that obstruct the path. In order to fight, Otis carries his friends to target enemies or creatively uses undemanding abilities. It's heartwarming seeing his friends become his strength. Owlboy's imaginative story and unique playstyle make the game all the more compelling. The jaw-dropping, detailed pixel art is the best part of the game. From the background to the foreground, it's incredibly well designed. Number 3, Stardew Valley. The classic Stardew Valley may be one of the most beloved pixel art games of all time. In this RPG, the goal is to build a farm and restore Stardew Valley. Players can grow crops, raise animals, cook meals, go fishing, and craft items they need. The pixel style adds to the charm of living a wholesome farm life. Also, the main character can interact with NPCs and even start a family. It's like living in a pixelated world. Besides that, players can complete bundles for currency or resources. The only consequence here is getting too tired, which then reduces earnings. It's also possible to play with friends and build a farm together or share resources, so that's a good bonus. Number 2, Dead Cells. Another popular pick, Dead Cells is a Metroidvania-style game with eye-catching animations. Its super enticing roguelite structure creates a challenge for players with permadeath, which means a lot of what is earned will actually be lost upon death. This fast-paced game keeps gamers' hearts pumping with the scare of permadeath and merciless enemies. In short, the game feels incredibly thrilling. The goal is to cautiously escape the castle and to complete each dungeon successfully. Dead Cells isn't so ruthless though, since players get permanent upgrades to help them throughout their journey. Also, the non-linear progression enables access to different paths to reach the destination. Players can go for paths that seem most fitting for their own playstyle. Number 1, Celeste. Celeste is a story of self-discovery for the main character, Madeline. This narrative platformer is about helping Madeline fight her way to the top of Celeste Mountain. With arduous challenges and stimulating platforming, Celeste feels worthwhile. The 8-bit style, exploration, uniquely designed secret rooms, and progression of the game feel quite wholesome all around. The controls are simple and easy to learn, but that doesn't mean the game won't be challenging. It can actually be downright punishing at times. Players should be prepared for countless deaths while they make their way to the summit. The deaths aren't discouraging, however, urging players to maintain a trial and error mindset. Celeste isn't just about platforming, the story is as engaging as much of the action is. And there we have it, 10 of the very best pixel art games that you can play right now. Thank you so much for watching this video. Have a truly wonderful and happy day. See you in the next video. Bye bye.